வெல்கம் டு தி ப்ரைட் ஹோம் ஆஃப் ஈக்வாலிட்டி. அண்ட் இப்போ நம்ம கூட வந்து DRA ஹோம்ஸோட சீஃப் ஃபினான்ஷியல் ஆஃபீஸர் மிஸ்டர் ரவி இருக்காரு. ஸோ ஹாய் சார்.
ஹலோ மேம்.
ஹவ் ஆர் யூ? ஐ எம் குட் சார். ஸோ வெரி இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் ஃபினான்ஸ் அப்படின்றது ஒரு கம்பெனிக்கு ரொம்ப முக்கியமானது. அண்ட் அதுலேயும் வந்து பார்த்திங்கன்னா DRA ஹோம்ஸ் வந்து ஃபினான்ஷியலி எல்லாரையும் செக்யூர்டாக இட் கீப்ஸ் ஈச் எம்ப்ளாயி வெரி செக்யூர்ட் ஃபினான்ஷியலி. ஸோ வாட் இஸ் த மெயின் ரீசன் பிஹைண்ட் தட்?
First and foremost, Mr. Ranjit Rathod, he himself is the financial expert. Okay, that is how everything flows from the top. He always keeps that utmost financial discipline across the projects and all those stuff. So very particular about how we have to conduct our financial organization. So that is there it starts, and obviously we are growing as a company, and we started this discipline not today but about 7-8 years back when I joined the company. And that time we were having only about couple of projects, in spite of which we wanted to make sure that we are completely disciplined in all aspects, and we should start behaving like a matured organization, so that once we scale up, that shouldn't be a major challenge for us. So that is the practice that we have adopted right from day one of my joining. Probably it would have started from the day one of when the DRA started.
Okay. And mainly when it comes to finance in any company, they always try to cut down the budget, right? But here it's on giving more to the employees, and even employees feeling very secured. So how did that start from, and what is the challenges you face in that?
One is that I would classify organizations in two types. One is trying to look at the balance sheet, numbers, bottom line, and promoters' value, right? And also the extension of that would be having more control, not democratize the process, or not sharing values with people. This is the one set of philosophy that people have. The other set of philosophy is trying to democratize everything, make sure that everybody enjoys the fruits of the organization's effort throughout, and that is how the organization scales up.
Okay.
The moment you start giving away the control, that is the point at which the company really starts moving up in scale, and that this DRA has very strong belief that they don't have the fear of losing control. Rather, they have more control by giving control to people. So that is how I think that philosophy has been very much communicated to every part of the organization, be it right from the senior membership to the last level of employee. That has been communicated well, plus it has been accepted across the organization as that is a...
Okay. And ESOP, the most exciting part of DRA Homes is ESOP, making all the employees feel like the co-owners. So how does it practically work, because it sounds very exciting, but how does actually the benefits reach the employee through ESOP?
Okay, before that, let me give us brief background about what we have done in terms of ESOP.
ESOP, okay. Sir, ESOP, what is the full form of ESOP?
Employees Stock Option Plan. So that is what you call as. So it is basically making employees holding shares of the company. So making them part owners of the company. So that is the expansion of this ESOP is all about. Normally, these ESOPs are a very buzzword. People easily relate to ESOPs in the startup companies or tech-enabled companies, where the capital is limited, and companies depend on the workforce to create the company's value on their own. That is the reason why they give that ESOP as a... In fact, many companies give compensation. Part of that compensation will always be ESOPs. And that is how people relate easily to ESOPs in those segments or in those domains. But as Ranjit pointed out, brick and mortar companies, especially real estate companies, it is not practiced at all. One is that it is a heavily capital intensive industry, and there is very few companies which keep that growth momentum in place. And also there are various aspects to ESOP, like you have to finally take that company public and do a listing, and a lot of efforts has to go into that. So it really doesn't give that motivation or energy for that ESOP to continue as a motivating factor. And that is why normally people don't choose. But by doing this, DRA is committing itself to the public at large, and also employee force at the outside, that we are committing ourselves to a much larger platform. We are also committing ourselves to a scale, and also we are committing to a bigger valuation in place. And that is the reason why we thought that, okay, this could be though it is new in real estate space, we are sure that we can make it an exciting one going forward.
Okay. So how does actually that employee gets benefits out of ESOP? Because as shares, it sounds very exciting, but physically, as finance and everything as money, how does it get transacted?
Yeah. So what we have done is, okay, let me give a small background about what we have done. One is that overall 5% of the share capital has been allocated as a earmarked as a ESOP. You are not given the allotment as of now. Only about 1.8% has been issued as a grant, and that to all the employees except whoever has joined in the last 1 year, which anyway they will be eligible in the next year or so. So as of now, it looks like a paper in terms of having so many shares in that you are eligible for. So it depends on how the employee perceive this as a real value rather than a notional value, right? So that, yes, it is equally important for us as part of the DRA's management, DRA's leadership team, to make sure that they understand this. It is not just a paper, it is going to be a real asset at some point of time. One way of making it believe is how the journey of DRA has started and where we have reached. Right? 2013 we started this company, and the top line was around 6 crore with one single project. And in 2025-26, this year when it closes, we are going to be at 750 crore of top line.
Wow.
With around 20 odd projects.
Lovely.
So this journey is something where people can easily relate. If we say that we have put in some few small numbers for people to understand. What are those numbers? 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, the entire shares will get allotted to the employees. And today we are at 750 crores of top line. 2 years down the line, we will be at 1,500 crores. And at 1,500 crores, the company will be valued at 2,500 crores. And at the 2,500 crores of valuation, and today whatever the shares which they are owning will be equal to at least 5 times of their annual CTC which they are drawing today.
Wow.
Right? So anyone can easily do the math. Assuming if somebody is drawing an annual salary of 10 lakhs, their ESOP value will be about 50 lakhs in next 2 years, provided the company reaches a top line of 1,500 crores. Now, somebody can easily relate, because from 6 crore we have gone to 750. So it is not going to be that big a challenge for the company of this level to just double the top line in the next 2 to 3 years time. So this is how, so put it in a very simplistic way. These are the very basic numbers, and those who have been part of this organization for almost like 2-3 years, they will really relate to this story. And it is our duty to go and convince those people who have been part of this organization only in the last 6 months to 1 year, who don't understand the culture, who don't understand how the scaling up happens. Probably it will take some time for them to understand, but then eventually they will also start believing.
So have you seen any particular employee getting these benefits out of ESOP? Is there any story which you would like to share? You would have seen so many employees getting the shares and all that, but literally seeing the happiness in their face, or getting the benefits. Is there any story which you'd like to share?
Yeah. Before that, one more thing I would like to point out is normally the ESOP, even wherever in the real estate space, whoever has given the ESOPs, which is very, very limited, we have gone through various schemes which is rolled out to employees by those companies. It kind of gives various conditions attached to it. And that is one part. It is so complex that people, as it is so difficult for somebody to understand. You put too many conditions in the entire
So if you attend a separate finance class, or know that.
yeah, it really defeats the purpose of giving the ESOP. So in that sense, it is very, very simplistic in terms of okay, you are offered so many shares, right? At the end of the day, you are going to get that value. And that is how it is. So no conditions attached. So only condition is that they have to have a minimum 1 year of service. So that part is very, very clear. So and also right from, irrespective of the category, irrespective of their position, seniority or salary, everybody is eligible. So that is one thing that we have right from the day one, Mr. Ranjit has made sure that this should be the part of that scheme itself. And he wanted to ensure that what was the last level of employee, whether it probably is driver or a helper, he wanted to make sure that how much shares he is getting more than what the seniors are getting. So that is something that he wanted to ensure, and they also have understood so far. Initial period it was very difficult for them to understand, but the moment they start connecting to all those realities of how things will pan out and all that, it is easy to relate to what sort of emotion that they carry. One is that they connecting to this company as a part owner. That is something that sort of pride is something that they wanted to have. Probably those people have not even been part of any stock market holdings in their life. And this is something that really kind of given them that happiness, which we could really, I've interacted with few people. They all feel that beyond the numbers, beyond what they will get after 2 years, 3 years and all that, more than all those numbers, it is about keeping that pride of being owner of the company, irrespective of how much percentage and all that stuff. And that is something that really kind of the emotion that we could see.
Lovely. So what is the collective vision of DRA Homes through finance or anything which you like to see in the future?
See, one is that on a broader scale, the vision is very much communicated to the entire organization to take this company to a certain top line, let's say 1,500 crore in 2 years timeline and all. And also be a very customer friendly company, right? And also a financially disciplined organization, and also a professionally managed company. So these are all the certain ethics that we wanted to follow, and it has been communicated right from the day one, and everyone understands that philosophy very well. And many people which I interact with, either my subordinates or my fellow colleagues, they all understand this very well, and they also try to impart this culture throughout their subordinates, and make sure that there is no unnecessary conflicts. See that the ethos and cultures are very much defined, and more than the performance of each employee, it is those ethos which are very, very important, if at all they have to be aligned within this organization. So that is something that we have been very particular about. And in fact, a few pointers to this is, we have a leadership group comprised of about 20 odd people. We call it as a core committee, and primarily all the department heads of the organization. So they run the operational they take the operational decisions as far as the company is concerned. Out of 20, or at least 15 out of this 20, they are all grown within the organization. They started like an executive and they have slowly been promoted and they have gone into the leadership role. So 75% of the people has been promoted within the organization, gives a signal that the company believes first within the employees within the organization rather than looking of talents from outside. Right? And most of these 20 odd people who have been in this core group, which normally we interact on almost like a weekly basis, they all have been part of the company at least 5 years in the organization, and hardly we see any turnout. Right? There is no sort of see that, and not only it applies to the core group, even throughout the organization, the attritional rate of the employees are hardly very very minuscule percentage if they completed at least 1 year of their tenure within the organization. So that goes to show that yes, it takes about minimum 6 months to 1 year for somebody to really understand the ethos of the organization, to believe in what the people say, and also their confidence whether to continue within these organizations. So it takes a few amount of time. Those who don't have that patience, probably they leave the organization. But the moment that period is crossed, it goes to show that they have started believing, and that is reflecting in their longer tenures.
Performance and spirit.
That is
Lovely. So that was great insight, sir. Thank you so much for giving all your lovely stories and everything. Thank you so much, sir. So wishing more success in keeping all the employees happy securely. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.